everybody, this is Leslie with the Plaid Poodle. Thanks for joining me today. My video today is this cute little note card, another thank you note. And to make it, I use this new stamp set that came in that's in the new holiday catalog, Totally Trees. There's palm trees. I'm going to pull this camera out a little bit. I think, here we go. Palm trees, kind of arts deco trees, winter trees, spring trees. I ordered it on a whim, and I just love it. And the sentiment I took from the Weather Together stamp set, which is also a really cute set, but I just love the font on that and the thanks sentiment. So what I've done is I've started with, to make this card, a piece of 7 by 5 inch very vanilla cardstock. It's scored in half at 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to fold that over to make my card base. And then I have a piece of mint macaron, and it is 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And if you don't catch the dimensions, don't worry, I will have everything up on my blog, www.theplaidpoodle.com. All the dimensions and all the supplies that I use to make this card. So this is just going to be the first layer on the front of the note card. And then I'm putting a strip of this very cute pattern. I love this pattern from the DSP Petals and Paisleys, and it's just a little scrap that I had left over from another project, which kind of, this little piece of paper dictated this whole card because I just loved this card. It's got the Delightful Dijon on it with the mint macaron. So I'm going to put that right in the middle. And then I've cut a scallop circle using the Layering Ovals Framelits and the Big Shot. And I use the scallop circle that is, whoops, it's about 2.5 from outer edge to outer edge. If you measure from inner edge to inner edge, it's about 2 1/4. So that's out of Delightful Dijon, and I just used a little 3 3/4 by 2.5 piece of Delightful Dijon. And for my stamping, I also have a little piece of very vanilla cardstock that is 3 3/4 by 2.5. And for my inks, I'm using chocolate chip for the tree. And I'm going to cut this out with a layering oval framelit once I've got all my stamping done. But I want to kind of stamp right in the center of this cardstock to give me enough room. And I'm putting one of the trees a little bit higher than the other tree to make it look like it's farther away in the distance. And then when you use the photopolymer stamps, you should always use some kind of cushion underneath. I'm using a Stampin piercing mat. Now for the first tree, I'm going to use the Delightful Dijon ink. And what's great about these photopolymer stamps is you can see right through them, so you know exactly where to place that image. And I'm going to leave that open because I'm going to use it again for my falling trees. Let me wash my leaves off here, because now I'm going to re-stamp using the Cajun Craze ink. And I'm just going to put that right there. I love fall leaves. And then for my sentiment, I'm using, I thought I used basic black. I did. I didn't pull that. Hold on. I'm just using the basic black archival ink. And I'm going to stick that right under the tree there. Try and do it without... Here we go. Now, I also added some falling leaves, which I thought was so cute. And the set, Totally Trees, comes with some snowflakes, a little bird, it's so adorable, some falling leaves, some grass. I mean, it's just really versatile. So I'm going to ink it up first in the Delightful Dijon and just put a little bit and wash it off, and then add some Cajun Craze leaves. So cute. Okay, close up all my inks, and I'm ready to cut that out with the Big Shot. And for the layering oval, I'm using the oval that measures, let's see, it's going to be perfect. The inner dimension looks like 2 1/16 from inner side to inner side, with the outside 2 3/8. So hold on, and I'm going to go cut this out with the Big Shot, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and see how nicely this is going to layer right on top of that scalloped Delightful Dijon oval. So I'm just going to use a little snail and place that right in the center. I love how these layering ovals are, they just layer so snug and tight. I just love it. Okay, and then to put that on the card, all I did was add some Stampin' Dimensionals. So, maybe 3. 3 or 4, but I think 3 will do it. This is just a note card. So there's the card. Isn't that cute? I just love that stamp set. It is so cute. I love the fall colors too. I think that's what I like the best about it. And then what I did, since I made it a note card size, I used the Delightful Dijon, this is last year's print, envelope paper, and used our envelope punch board to make a matching envelope, which I can do that real quick with our envelope punch board, Stampin' Up! Envelope punch board. And this is the this year's pattern. It has kind of a dot bubble pattern on one side and then solid on the other. So to make a envelope for the note card size, which is a 3.5 by 5 inch card, you need a piece of 7 1/4 by 7 1/4 inch paper. And like I said, this is our envelope paper. It's perfect for this. But all of the card sizes and paper sizes that you need are on the envelope punch board, so you can't lose it. It's there forever. And it says to line it up with 3 1/8 to start. So you line it up, and there's a score right here. You punch and score, and then you rotate it and line up this score mark with this little pointer, punch and score again. And then we're just going to go all the way around now, lining our score line with the pointer and scoring, punching and scoring. And then we could leave our envelope crisp with crisp triangles, or we can round the corners. So I'm going to round the corner with this handy dandy corner rounder that's, oops, didn't stick it in far enough. That's right on the back of the envelope punch board. It's really so convenient. It comes with the bone folder and everything you need. And then you just fold on those score lines. And add a little bit of snail along the sides here. And it's as easy as that. And there's your envelope, a perfectly coordinated envelope to go with your card. So these are going out to some fun girls that scheduled a private stamping class with me this weekend, and we had such a good time, and I want to thank them for thinking of me for their event. So anyway, thanks for joining me today, and for more ideas and inspiration for paper crafting, visit my blog, www.theplaidpoodle.com.